out my streaming yet, but you know, I've had a lot going on. That said, the show goes on. So, welcome to day 3 of 2020 Make Some Money, where we are building a shoppable landing page. Now, we're doing part 1 today, and we're doing part 2 where we connect to the payment system tomorrow. Trust me, this will be enough for today. So the very first thing, and you're going to notice that some stuff that we did from day 1 and day 2 is starting to come into play here. So what you're going to want to do is probably, if you're just catching this video and haven't seen 1 and 2, go back and watch those. They're not very long. And then you can get to here. So you'll notice that I have a few things open. First of all, I am logged into my brand new Gmail address that I set up on day 1 because I'm going to have to probably confirm my identity here. I am also have my branding document that I created yesterday. Now I did go back, you guys, and I changed the gold color because I didn't really like the goldenrod color. I don't know why this is called sandy brown, but it's a brighter yellow, and I like it better. So I did that, and I picked my headline and body font after our call as well. You'll also notice that I have my LastPass opened up because whenever I create accounts, including when I created Canva yesterday, I should always be adding it to my LastPass account because it's good to keep things together. So what I've done is also everything that I am using to create this website is in a little folder on my desktop currently. I'm going to move it somewhere better once these videos are done, but for now it's an easy place to access. So you feel free to do the same. So because today we're going to be maybe downloading some pictures, we're going to be doing stuff like that. So you're going to want to not have to hunt around for those every time you need them. So you might want to make a little folder somewhere on your computer where you're starting to keep, for example, the logos in the transparent PNG versions of our logos that we created yesterday. So we are making what's called a shoppable landing page. These are kind of an offering that a lot of email marketing providers are doing. Maybe other people are doing them too. I don't know. Sometimes we're just picking this one. If you want to do this in Constant Contact, again, to reiterate, I'm not judging your tools. This is just a framework. This is something to work through. So if you'd rather use something else, that's okay. Okay, so I'm on Mailchimp.com where I'm going to make a free account. So Mailchimp is free for, I believe, up to 2 lists. And you can have up to, I don't know if it's 500 or 1,000 subscribers before you have to start paying. So it's a good thing to start with. The other great thing about Mailchimp is if you decide you want to use something else later, another email marketing provider, you can export all your data and move it very easily. So and they also integrate with a lot of stuff. So we're going to just use them. Also, I've been using them for a long time. I like them. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the free sign-up process of making a Mailchimp account. By the way, you will potentially appreciate ooh la la, contactez-moi@gmail.com. So I'm going to call it like one of your French girls. Here's my password. And I am not sure what this password is, but I'm just going to go with it. So because I don't want you seeing my password. And I'm going to just reset it after this call. So I'm going to just, yeah, we don't want to opt out necessarily of receiving marketing emails from Mailchimp because why not? But if you don't want to get marketing emails from Mailchimp, you would click this box and we're going to click get started. And then it's going to say, okay. I'm going to say, I'm not going to use my password, but I am. So you can actually have, if you use Google Chrome, there's a LastPass extension and it says, oh, do you want to add this to your LastPass? Yeah, I do. All right. So I'm going to go and it says, oh, you're going to get an email and look, ta-da. All right. So now I need to activate my service. Oh, the other, while we're waiting to load, other kind of limit with Mailchimp is that you can only do like 10,000 or something marketing sends a month or something. It's to keep from spammers from making free accounts, I'm guessing. Like one of your Oh, you know what? I'm gonna um, hold on. I guess it hasn't. Oh, I have to refresh it. So I added the password, but then I didn't refresh it. So yeah, let me log back in. Yeah, it literally says no refresh in the URL. I should have known. So there we go. Now you see, like I added it, and so I'm just gonna copy this password and put it in because I have no idea. Oh, come on. Oh, you know what? Gotta love doing stuff live. All right, so now it's gonna. Oh, so it's like, oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Do you want to see what you got? And I'm like, yes. All right, let's see. Now you can't see any of my past or present client passwords, as you see. There we go. Okay. So now it's like, what do you want? But free one? Yeah. Oh, okay. 2,000 contact maximum. Okay. And I can do 1,000 email sends a month. I think the reason that they have them high is that they're if you wanted to send like automated emails, so like when someone got added to a list or something that they got a welcome email and stuff like that, each one of those emails counts as a send. So I think that's why that's so high. Like one does not have a website yet. All right, so we need a physical address for our business. Now, if you don't have an official address, learn about physical address alternatives. So you can use, as you see, a PO box here, but I guess the part of the Can Spam Act of 1999 is like it needs to have a business address. I'm guessing so that like I don't know, you could send a note via post saying that you wanted to unsubscribe. I don't know. So I'm just gonna put in. Use my marketing business address because I pay for it, and phone number optional. Then we're not going to put it in because I don't want random people on the internet calling me. Do I have any contacts? I do not. By the way, you don't want to randomly add people to your list. So I'm going to just say that I am a physical goods. You might choose something different. I don't want to subscribe to this stuff. Just want to hear when they make software changes. Hold on. You guys, sometimes this happens. All right, so let's. All right, so if I look in the right corner, I am logged in. For whatever reason, it just kind of timed out there. All right, so we've got our Mailchimp account. We don't have anybody in it yet, but that's okay. We're going to get there. So like I said, this is kind of a two-parter. So this is just day one. And what we're going to do is we're going to start laying stuff out and getting stuff ready, and then we're going to finish it tomorrow. So I kind of thought it was a lot to try to do for one day, especially since we're going to be setting up payment processing also tomorrow, or at least for one of our payment processors. We'll get to that later. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create, and then one of our options is actually creating a landing page. Now we get to call our landing page. Now the landing page has to be associated with an audience, and our default audience is the name of our business. So our page name is going to be what people see when they open up an online browser and on the top of the page, like right now it says that free stock so the page name is going to be what shows up when someone gets to it. So we're going to call this That might be a little long. Again, I might revise this after this. I'm literally doing this live, you guys. Like, I don't like do hours worth of prep because the other thing too is I kind of want you to see me run into problems because it's really normal. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I accept the terms that I'm not going to use images that are not licensed to me. Okay. Now, as you see here, we're going to basically start with a template and customize it. This is going to save us from having to build something from scratch. I don't know about you, but sometimes I get intimidated by a blank piece of paper. But if I'm editing a draft, it's a little bit easier. And that's kind of what the idea of a template is. Again, we don't want to just use exactly what they have because, first of all, unless you sell, I don't know, a maroon t-shirt, that's probably not going to work. So the kind of like yeah. So basically, okay. The two main things, and this is where if you're a product versus a service business, your stuff's going to depart a little bit. Accepting payments basically is for if you're selling a product. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a landing page that sells one product. Now, so if you make, I don't know, masks, you could pick, a couple of your patterns that you can, or a couple of your designs that you can create on masks, and you can, sell one, two products, or, like what happens is when they click the buy now button, they are taken immediately to the part where they put in their payment. So it's not like a real shopping cart where someone could say, oh, I want 2 of these and I want 6 of these and like wait to check out. They will have to check out for each individual product. So obviously this is not like a great solution if you're selling a lot of products. We're getting there, you guys, okay? I don't want you to think we're not getting there. But what we are doing with this, doing this early in the process, is we're getting the money flowing, okay? Or we're getting your name out there. We're getting people used to seeing stuff from you. And we're going to be kind of building kind of more of a quote unquote real website as this process goes on. So if you are selling a product, you would want to use one of these accept payment templates because it's got that kind of built in. If you are more of a service kind of business, so maybe you're a lawyer or like you're I don't know, you do Reiki or something like that. Maybe you want to go more lead generation where you're getting someone's contact information or other kind of information for you to follow up with them to make an appointment or something like that. For the most part, I haven't done one of these as a lead generation form. I'm just 100% honest. I'm just telling you why these are kind of two different things. And I think probably okay, yeah, one is a lead and one's someone making a purchase. Now, if you do 1 hour distance Reiki sessions, there's no reason you couldn't sell a 1 hour distance Reiki session here, and in the description, tell people that you will email them, about the day and time that they're going to do it or whatever. There's no reason that you can't do it that way. So what I'm going to do, I'm just looking which one of these. All right, I'm going to pick Maria just because, I don't know, that seems, again, we're just like redesigning a template. So it sort of doesn't matter what template we pick at this point. All right, so we've got there we go. So we've got Maria here. Okay, and let's look. And as you see, as I hover over these blocks, because that's essentially what they are, you'll see that a little, editing pencil appears. So if I wanted to change the text, I just hit this editing pencil. And what's a little bit weird about Mailchimp that a lot of people, including myself, after even years of using it, don't quite get used to, is that the editing panel appears kind of on the right here. So what you'll notice is that right now I'm looking at the content area of row 1, okay? So if I wanted to edit row 2, I would hit this row 2 area. And what you'll notice is if I scroll down here, it says where we'll meet, and then we've got, what we'll learn is the second row. Now, this is the actual text. So if I wanted to change that, I could say, all right, so this is going on 2 lines, and that's kind of bugging me. So, all right, so French Canadian's going on 2 lines. So what I probably want to do is I probably want to make this headline a little bit smaller so that they're both on 1 line because it'll be more even. So this just edits the content, as you see. Now, what I want to do in the case of my headline, of the Why French Canadian being a little bit smaller, is that's in the style section. So there's the font. There's the image. Okay. So I'm just trying to, font is not specified. All right, well, let's specify our fonts. Now, what you'll notice is that the stupid exercise that I seemed to have you do yesterday will suddenly make this task a lot easier. All right, my body copy is droid serif, so let me see if I can't find that. Okay, maybe not. Ugh. Oh, Lotto is one of mine. Oh, come on. Make it a little smaller. All right. Okay, the alignment's to the left. Okay, settings. Number of images, 2. Oh, okay. Image width. Okay. I have to get into the granular part of this. Now, if I don't even feel like messing with this, I can just say, you know what? I don't want this at all, and I can just delete it. Way. There. Don't you wish you could do that with all your problems? Just kidding. Now, the other thing you'll notice too is that sometimes there's these little, so if I want to adjust the spacing, anytime you see this little arrowy thing, you can do that. So now let's say that I wanted to make this background colors. Now, we obviously don't want to make it my hot pink color, but maybe we want to make this, I don't know, my white smoke color. I'm super into that white smoke color, by the way, you guys. I don't know. I'm going to do something white smoky. Oops, wrong tab. All right, so as you see here, when I hover, there's this color. And what I can do, oh, look. Oh, all right, I got all cocky there. All right. Okay, it's not really that much different. I was really excited to use my white smoke color. All right, let's like use my other colors here too. All right. Oh, this is the color of the font, the background. I'm just trying to figure this out. Okay. Now, as you see here, I can delete elements. I can edit existing elements. I can also add elements. If we look all the way to the right here, you see that there's these different things you can drag in. It's like, let's say that you wanted to show a series of pictures. You could just drag in the block, and you just follow the directions essentially. And Mailchimp, I find it's relatively straightforward until it isn't. Something to know that might make your life a little bit is, oh right, I forgot we used their template. You can typically set. So right now, as you see, I'm not really clicking. I'm on the kind of main area. I'm not clicked on anything. This little style tab actually is the style for like the whole thing. So if I wanted to, what I could do, okay. So like this is the width of this is the headline font. So I can pick a different headline font. There we go. So it's going to take, this is a headline font. It's going to take all the things that are headline fonts and change it to this. Okay, and that is kind of giant. Whoa, okay. That might be, maybe I want it somewhere between those two things. And I should be able to type in, yeah, okay. So they suggest you some sizes, but that doesn't mean to follow their rules. Oh, let's put in my white smoke color here. Okay, white smoke is really not a lot of white, but because white is FFFFF, but I don't know why I'm so excited about white smoke, but point being is that, so if I want, I can save that, and I can actually set kind of the styles for like the whole page in this little thing. So like the header, picture. So what you do is just kind of use today to poke around, but what's really great is we're gonna make it kind of look like however we want. So if you want to edit any element, like I said, you can hover. But if you have something that's more, so there is this little shoppable logo image. So let's say, I have no files. I'm gonna add my logo, guys. I'm just super excited about it. So I'm gonna, the transparent PNG logo. That's what that's for. Boom. All right, so I'm gonna insert. Okay, so I was like, oh, it's not the right really. There we go. Now, look amazing. No, not yet. I do have to mess around a little bit. I probably want to change the picture. But so what you want to figure out, first of all, like I said, we're going to make a landing page that kind of goes with the brand that you created yesterday. And that way, when people get sent to it, they're going to be like, wow, this person knows what they're doing. And tomorrow we're going to sell whatever object that you want to sell. So as working on this, think about what you want to be selling. Do you want to be selling like a 1 hour session? Do you want to be pre-selling gift cards? So you could say, oh, we're going to offer a 20, this is going to be, you're going to get a $30 gift card and you're going to pay $20 for it today. So, that can be something that you sell. I'm going to do an ebook of these. My mom and I have been cooking potato recipes since this whole pandemic. And a lot of them are kind of like stuff from my grandmother and stuff from kind of other, cool French Canadian ladies I know. And so I'm probably going to pull that together to an ebook. By the way, there's templates that help you create ebooks in Canva, just FYI. If you want to go that route, you don't have to copy me, you guys, but if you want to, you can. So just think about, it can be a digital product, it can be a physical product, it can be a service. Now, to those of you who watched the first video and said, well, Nicole, I was the one who wanted to sell weird stuff that's in my basement. So I have one of every, I'm going to have one thing. Well, what you could do is you could be like, you know what? This is an online garage. I'm going to have a item of the day or whatever. And that every day you're going to go on and you're going to have this whole template set up, but like your one buying. Okay. So like this one little section, you're going to have your item of the day that people can buy. And so you'll have to edit this and you'll have to edit in the payment processor too. It'll be a pretty quick edit. You're not going to be re-editing the whole thing. But you can do it that way too. If you just have a one-off product, just be really clear. I'm here to tell you that if you're worried that you're going to get just so much traffic that like 25 people are going to buy your thing, I'm here to tell you that that's probably not going to happen. But if it does happen, like most problems, once the problem arrives, you will have the money to solve it. So if 10 people want that same painting, you can make more paintings, especially if you know that they want to buy it. So, and you could put some text in here that like, hey, I have one of these paintings, blah, blah, blah. That sort of thing. Now, what you'll see here is they're saying, hey, listen, you can't really sell anything here until you actually connect to a payment processor. We're going to do that tomorrow. Trust me, this will take up enough of your day. I can work pretty quickly and it takes me probably a little bit, like an hour or so. So maybe we'll work on this over the course of 3 days. But I wanted to just give you the, this kind of as a tool. Now, what we're going to do is, let's say that I wanted to work later. I'm just going to save and close. And what this is going to do is this is my draft. So I'm going to, it says, hey, listen, you got a few more things to do, like connect to the whole payment processor thing. So I'm going to click finish later. So what's kind of weird is that like this technically it's kind of stored where your email campaigns would be stored. So if you did like a marketing email send, like they would appear here too. So this is it. It's in draft form. And so when I'll log out and log into, so let's say that, it's 3 hours from now and I want to come back and edit it. I will just log into Mailchimp. Hold on. I thought they were in alphabetical order. You log back in, you click on campaigns and you'll see it. I'm really, I wanted video work, but I'll be honest with you, this morning I'm kind of glad video is not part of this. Anyway, all right, so part one, like I said, just get that little template as close to things as possible. You run into problems, let me know, but just understand that this thing just, again, our mantra for this is good enough. Make sure things like our payment processor is secure. We're doing the important things, which is like our passwords are secure. Make sure that, we're kind of organized and have the things we need as we start working on things and all of that. But we want to understand that at a certain point, we got to just launch the thing and understand that we can edit it at another point. And that if someone is really not going to buy something from me because they don't like the name of my business, then that is their problem. Now, just a reminder too, as you're working on your landing page, you probably are going to need kind of photos to work with. So you want to use, like I said, you either want to use your own photos, you want to use royalty photos, or you want to pay for the proper lenses. You do not want to get a fine from Getty Images. I've gotten one before. It's not fun. And it will cost you more to fight for it than for you to just pay it. So just make sure that whatever images that you're using on this landing page are something that you actually have permission to use, because this landing page is going to be living on the internet. Like, it's not going to be email that you send your friend with a picture in it. That's private. This is going to be out there. So make sure that you license things properly that you need to license. And another, just because I think a little bit of time, like I said, I'm sorry I didn't go through the detail of setting up the landing page, but I think you see what I mean, which is that, like, part of it is you thinking about like, oh, what do I want to say here? And oh, what picture do I want to go here? But something else, if you're kind of struggling for imagery, there's photos. Yes, there's stock photos that you take, but if you want something that's more like icons and things, there is a website called the Noun Project, which I think is really cool. Now, let's say that I wanted an icon of a croissant as part of my landing page. Like, I just really wanted like a really kind of crisp looking picture of a croissant. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's probably not a lot of these out there. Like, there's probably like, I don't know, not many. I did the search the other day and I'll let it pull up, but there is over 600 croissant icons on this site. And I know you don't think you have an opinion. You're like, oh, I just need a dollar sign. You know, I needed a dollar sign on a project a few years ago. And I was like, I just need a dollar sign. And then I started looking at dollar signs, and there was a lot out there. And when I saw all of the wrong ones, why are you not loading Noun Project? When I started loading them, I was just like, oh, I don't like this one. Oh, I really like this one. And I was surprised to find that I felt, oh, come on, internet. I was surprised to find that I actually had an opinion on the croissant. So as we're staring at this blank Noun Project screen, okay, just gonna, as you know, when you're on the site, basically what you have the option to do is license individual icons. I think they're like $1. Or I think so again, if you're one of those big spenders that's put aside $100 for this project, you could buy a couple of icons. And what's cool is before you download them, you can set the color of the icon before you download it. So the default one they always show you is looking black, but you can actually, when you click on the icon, whatever, I'm going to just pull up. So like if I would, click on icon the Noun Project and I said, oh, I want to make this, and then download it, you can do that. So just know that that's a pretty cool resource if you need something that looks iconic. And look, they're kind of showing the different colors things come in. But like I said, you can either individually license them or you can buy a subscription. I think the subscription is like $20 a year or something. But not to say that you have to buy it. I'm just saying that if you want to license individual ones, you can. And some of them, however, are just Creative Commons licenses. So what you would need to do is just give proper credit on your website. You could say like, on the footer of your website or, right below the icon, you would say, icon designed by so-and-so in small writing. Personally, I'd just rather pay $1 than have to say that, or whatever the amount is. It's not a lot. I know that. So I just wanted to give you an option image-wise that wasn't just stock photos and was just photos from your camera and wasn't just stuff that you can make in Canva. I don't know what we'd call this. Images, branded images. I'm not sure what we'd call this, but if you use kind of all of one thing, if you use like all stock photos, you're going to look like a totally spammy website. If you use, all icons, people are going to be like, what? So you want to kind of break it up a little bit. You want to use a mixture of stuff because it's just more interesting to the eye. But because you're using branding guidelines, the mixture of stuff, if you're using, will all go together, if that makes sense. So if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat, comment below the video, message me. however you want to get them to me. And good luck on day 3, and just get as much done of this as you can today. Um, I think 20 minutes spent on it, even if it's just spent sourcing all the pictures you're going to use, is time well spent. And you can finish kind of putting this together tomorrow, and maybe we add processing the day after. Like I said, I'm kind of taking this as I go. I'm sort of into user feedback. So, yeah. All right. So have a great Sunday. I will talk to you guys soon. And I'm sorry I can't monitor the comments. Oh, Tracy asked what the password management program is. LastPass.com, and it's free. And I kept thinking, like, as somebody who has a lot of passwords, I kept waiting for the point at which they would want to charge me money to use this. And I haven't seen a need for the paid version yet, but I think the paid version is like $2.99 a month or something. So the free version should work for a lot of people, especially if you're mainly a very small business, one person show. I think one of the limits of free, for example, is I can share this password, but I can only share it with one other person. So if I click share, I can share it with one person's email address, and that's it. I can't share it with multiple people. So that's kind of a limit, but it's the only one I've really seen that I can tell. I went down the rabbit hole of like trying to look up like pro versus free LastPass, and I couldn't really get a straight answer. So anyway, for what it's worth, it's good. If you'd rather use OnePass, if you'd rather use KeyPass, if you'd rather use any of just some kind of password management, will protect your important stuff, because tomorrow we're going to be adding payment processing, which is sensitive information. Anyway, so 31 minutes. Wow. Sorry, guys. All right. Guess I'm chatty this morning. I haven't even had my coffee yet. So have a good rest of your day, and good luck with day 3, and I'll see you tomorrow.